Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday Live Show. My name is Richard, and my channel Richard Travel is dedicated to tips and tools for your next Thailand trip. So welcome, everyone. It's an exciting show today, another exciting show today. We have our guest, Beauty and the East, joining us here in a couple minutes. But I wanted to first of all call out all of the moderators today. So the moderators keep everything within YouTube's terms and conditions regarding the chat. So I appreciate all of their efforts to keep everything clean. And for anyone new to the live stream today, just know that if you do post a comment in the chat and it somehow disappears, just repost it, maybe reword the question or the comment, and I'm sure the moderators will let that pass. So that's great. Let's go into the chat and let's welcome everyone. Got a lot of people in here today. This is great. See here. Oh, we got all the A-team in here. Hello, go more hike. How's it going? Nice to see you. Robert Mack in Asia. I've been following your rehabilitation videos after your knee surgery. So that's been great. Good videos there. Yeah, saying hello to everyone. Tommy J in the house, of course. Tommy J, the producer of the show and chief moderator. That's what I call him. Great. Mr. Mitch is in the house today. Welcome, Mr. Mitch. Good to see you, man. Got a lot of good guys in here today. It's great to see everyone talking amongst themselves here. guys giving each other some grief. That's great. Yeah, so perfect. Daystate Fox, hello. Good afternoon, evening all. It must be pretty late there for you, Daystate, if I remember right. Or no, I guess it's more in the afternoon for you in the UK. That's right. I keep mixing up my time zones with the UK and Australia. So that's great. Daystate saying hello to Tommy. Great. Go more hike, like the fancy intro. I appreciate that. I do put some effort into that. You know, instead of going out drinking or drinking at home on Friday nights, I just edit some videos. It's probably healthier that way, man. So yeah, that's a good thing. So we have a couple of things going on this week with regards to Thailand that I wanted to address today. And feel free, keep the chat going there, guys. I'll come back to that. So the first Chinese tourists are due into Thailand this week, or I should say next week. And that's kind of a controversial topic because they were actually supposed to arrive a week or two ago down in Phuket, but there were no takers to the quarantine and all the different hoops you had to jump through. So no one kind of came over on that one, but the Thai government has said that, you know, these Chinese tourists are ready to come. I think it's 120 or 150 Chinese tourists to come over. And the reason that's important, guys, is, you know, we're one step closer to having full tourism return. And I'm excited about that. I really am. There's been some talk in the press around January 2021. So I've been seeing some news reports in the Thai media around Thailand interested in opening up in January 2021 for everyone, no quarantine required. And I was thinking, you know, is that a pipe dream or is that a real thing? You know, if you've been following Thailand long enough, you know that sometimes they'll make these bold statements and then kind of ratchet it back a little bit as we get closer to the date. But I appreciate news like that because, you know, if January does actually happen, that's great. Then we can start. My favorite time, like I've told you in the past, is February. I love traveling to Thailand in February. It's great weather. It's not too hot. There's usually no rain in February. And it's just after that, what's used to be the peak season, November, December. So one of my least favorite times to visit Thailand, this might surprise some of you, is New Year's. I don't like going there New Year's Eve. I don't like going there 1 or 2 days before New Year's Eve. I've spent 3 New Year's Eves in Pattaya and Bangkok. And what I've found is, and I know this for a fact, is leading up to New Year's Eve, all the prices start going up, up, up. Drink prices go up, everything, food costs go up, everything goes up. And I don't like that because then it becomes not such a great value. I think the last New Year's Eve I was there in Pattaya, I actually spent it in my hotel room because it just wasn't worth going out. You know, they have the silly string. You guys seen this? The silly string that they spray on Walking Street, which is okay, right? I mean, not a big deal. Just pull it out of your hair and stuff like that. But it can get to be a bit much because it's everywhere. So I'm not a big fan of the silly string. I try to spend most of my time in the bars if I do go out and not on Walking Street. I generally won't go out to Walking Street until about an hour after the New Year's Eve celebration because it can be a little nutty out there on Walking Street. So I'm looking forward to that. So I think that's actually good news coming from Thailand. Hopefully that will be the thing. Let me see, Tom has a comment here. Thai Airways canceled our flights for the last week and they rebooked us for 12th April. Wow, next available flight date. That's interesting. So hang in there because I'm sure there'll be some changes to that as we get closer to the new year. So yeah, I would say maybe you have an option to maybe move that forward more, to more of a February type date would be good. Alpha Interactions, everyone might remember us having Alpha Interactions on a couple weeks ago. So we're looking to have him back. Damien, I got to reach out to you this week on Instagram. Got to schedule a return visit because I got so many messages saying, you just scratched the surface. We want to see more of Damien. And, Go More Hike is your biggest supporter. He's been posting some of your, basically your articles on my Richard Travel Facebook group. So that's been fun to see some of those coming through. So Alpha Interaction says, February is a great time, Richard. I'm always there. I go to Lao and for New Year's Eve and I get no sleep. See, so I bet you that's probably the pro tip, Damien, is probably around going to Lao for New Year's Eve. I would love that. I have not been there during that time. That would be cool. Alpha saying, silly string, stuck to my flip-flops. And Daystay agreeing with me. See, I'm like in agreement. People are agreeing with my February trip, but you guys are not allowed to go. Just me. I'm just kidding. I find like if everyone finds out my secret spots and my secret time, then everyone's going to come over at that time. But yeah, Daystay Fox saying, February, my best time too. I was in Koh Lanta when you were in Pattaya. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I spent a good amount of time there in February. Mr. Mitch saying, I sprayed some silly string back when I was a teenager. I know that. I feel like that was the last time I had been exposed to it until coming to Thailand. I feel like Thailand has all like the things that you saw in your childhood, at least in my childhood. They have like the board games, Connect 4 in there, Jenga going back to the 90s, right? Connect 4 is like more of a 70s and 80s game, So I feel like they have all the games that probably don't sell in America anymore. They just mass ship them over to Thailand and they use them in the bars. But I will tell you, so those are I don't actually like playing those games in the beer bars because I'm no good playing those games when I've been drinking, and I feel like the bar girls in there and the mama-sans are so good. They're used to like playing those games when they're a little intoxicated. For me, it's no fun. I lose like right away, especially with Connect 4. I can't line up what's going to be a possible next move when I've had 3 or 4 beers in me. So, and they're always so disappointed. Like, you want to play Connect 4? I'm like, no. Mayao Cup, I say, Mayao Cup. No, maybe next time, Jurgamina Cup. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. Let's see, did I miss Benja? I have tipped to Benja. Benja. There we go. Benja saying, welcome to Thailand, all guys. Benja, awesome. How's your YouTube channel going, Benja? I know you've been doing some videos. Love to kind of hear more about how things are going on your side. Awesome. Mr. Mitch saying, Alpha Interactions was great having you on the channel, and we're going to have him back. Just got to schedule. He's a busy guy, so we got to schedule time a couple weeks out for Alpha. He's a busy guy. He's got a lot of things going on. So I was happy to have him come on that show a couple weeks back. That was a big score. So yeah, definitely cool. And I know he was a little stressed out about getting into the live stream that day. I remember he had to go to like several different devices and finally got locked in. It's hopefully it's not the curse of the Richard Travel live streams, because I do find that about 50% of the people have difficulty getting in. I know Bad Badger retired in Thailand had a bit of trouble. He had to have his wife help him out, but that was a fun time as well. Mr. Mitch, I will be back soon. Alpha Interactions, okay. Benja, Tommy J says, Benja, do you speak English and would you like to come on the channel with Richard at some point? Look at Tommy, the producer that he is, lining up guests. Do your thing, Tommy. Do your thing, man. Makes my week a little bit easier. It's not so much in the follow-ups and stuff like that. That's great. Guys, so let's go ahead and do this, man. I want to come back to some of these chat messages, but we have an exciting show today. So joining us today is Beauty and the East. So what I want to do is go ahead and, I do my usual switch gears. I'll bring up a screen and bring on our guest. So let me do this. Get to my area here. And let me bring up a cool little screen for Chris. Cool. So our guest today is Chris from the YouTube channel Beauty and the East. Chris is originally from Kentucky. Today, he splits his time between Bangkok, Thailand, and Lexington, Kentucky. Beauty in the East is a travel channel based in Thailand, focused on adventure, food, shopping, and tourism. A lot of Chris's videos include his Thai girlfriend Ploy as they travel together around Thailand. Chris's goal is to live full-time in Thailand, and that is one of the many topics we'll be discussing today. So please join me in welcoming Chris to the Saturday Live Show. Hey,
What's
buddy.
up, guys? How you doing, Richard? Thank you for having me on, man.
Hey, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. It's always nice to have you on here. This is great. We've had some great conversations already.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I've enjoyed our conversations.
Yeah. Nice. So I thought before we get started, this is going to be like either a love-hate thing with my viewers and subscribers. I have what I'm calling icebreaker questions.
All right.
Stay alert, man. These are supposed to kind of relax you into the live.
I'm full of nicotine and caffeine, man. I'm alert. I'm alert.
All right, good. All right, good. So you're alert. Now we just got to kind of relax you so we can really probe you with some hard-hitting questions. All right.
Okay, let's go.
So first question. Chris, what was it like being in the band ZZ Top?
It was pretty good, man. Lots of groupies, lots of weed, lots of alcohol. I loved it. I loved it. All 10 years of it. All
right, great. So Tommy J, please make a note. This live stream is now PG-13. Please make a note in the description of that video. All right, next question. That was an easy one, right? That was a softball question.
That was an underhanded pitch.
All right.
Some of them are faster than you expect.
Here we go. So number 2. Do you feel guilty that half of your subscribers are 6-year-olds thinking they are subscribing to the Disney Channel Beauty and the Beast?
Absolutely not. The more people I can trick into coming to my channel, the better. That's my whole point. Trick people to coming in. Snatch them with the videos. I got you. 6-year-olds like brown women too.
I would love to see your demographics in your YouTube studio.
I would too. It says 100% male. I don't know if that's right or not, but hey, I'll take it.
Mine was 99.9% male. It's actually dipped down to about 96% because it includes my mother and some aunts and my sister.
Okay, yeah, you got 4 or 5. You got more than me. More than me.
All right, last question before we get to the real stuff. Question number 3, icebreaker question number 3. You created a video titled Ploy, your girlfriend's name, Poops and Lumpini Park. How did you come up with such a creative title?
Creativity and imagination. Plus, I got a C in marketing in college, so I'm almost a genius at this. I got a cat named Caddy. That's how smart I am. I got a cat named Caddy. So
I gotta tell you, man, when I saw that, I like instantly click. I gotta check this video out. I thought it was gonna be kind of like clickbait, like you wouldn't address that, but it was kind of funny. You're like,
yeah,
hey, you
just it was there.
Right?
It was there. Yeah, I don't clickbait people. Honesty and titles, man. I'm bringing honesty and titles back to YouTube.
I love that. Let me go a couple questions in the chat because I gotta tell you, Chris, I'm notorious at like avoiding the chat, and Tommy J has called me out a couple times, like, man, come on, you gotta like address some of the chat questions.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me see what we got here so far. Chris sounds a lot like the Reluctant Nomad. Okay, well, whatever. I watched East. He does great videos. So I do think that as well. Like, I love your videos walking around Bangkok. Going to Lumpini Park was cool. I loved a point you made on one of your videos around the alleys in Bangkok. You made a point about like, man, these alleys in America, you would have to be very careful. It'd be dangerous alleys. But here in Thailand, like, they're so cool.
It's some of the best places to go into is the alleys in Thailand. Some of them's like 300 meters long, man, by rivers and graffiti and stuff. It's nice. I walk down every alley I see that's a big long alley in Thailand. So don't do that here. Don't do that here. That's a quick way to lose your money here.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I like so much about Thailand is the fact that it seems just so safe, never had any issues. The small soys are cool. Yeah. Sense of history, right? Do you get that when you walk around as well? Just like the sense of history in that town?
Yeah, it seems like they I've said that before, not on the channel, but I've said walking around that they really seem to preserve their past in Thailand a lot better than we do here. Yeah, we've got stuff here that is preserving history, but it's a lot more select here than there. Like, they keep a lot of their old stuff, it seems like. And I think that's what makes Thailand so special in a way too, is how they preserve their history there.
Yeah, now you and I talked about this, but I'd love to let the viewers know how you found Thailand. How you found Thailand originally.
I mean, it kind of started how I got traveling. I I broke my back and shattered my hip about 5 years ago, I guess now. And there's a long recovery. I had to go through a wheelchair and the walker and, you know, crutches up to walking. It took me about 1.5 years to really get back to what I'm at 100% now. It wasn't what I was 100% then. But I realized just kind of like how fragile life was when I went through that. And I hadn't traveled really. I'd been up and down the East Coast, but I hadn't really like been anywhere. So I took a trip to San Jose, California for about a week and, you know, had a blast out there, spent way too much money. But it sparked me, you know. I really realized that I love traveling at that moment. So I took a trip to Mardi Gras for a week, which I'd never been to Mardi Gras either after that, and had a blast down there. And Thailand was kind of picked out of a bucket after that. I looked and seen where I could go cheap or cheaper, and I came up with like the Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, and I went to Bangkok and stayed for a month, man, and like I love Thailand. Thailand's great. Bangkok, it's a love-hate relationship with Bangkok, but Thailand in general, man, is just one of the most amazing places I've ever been. And my last trip was my third trip there. And I had planned on going to Vietnam and Laos and the Philippines from Thailand at that point. I'd rented a condo and I was going to keep it as my home base, but I was going to travel with Ploy outside, and then the coronavirus, you know. The coronavirus that kind of started being talked to when I came over, because I came over right at the first week of March. But like as soon as I got there a week and a half later, it was like lockdown. You couldn't even leave a province for a month and a half. So like I just said, okay, change of plans. I'll travel Thailand this time. So
yeah. So what was the reason for you leaving? Because I know you like to spend a majority of your time there, but you do have to kind of come home to America to earn money like the rest of us. Did you come back because of the virus, or?
No, I think the driving factor was like I budget myself. I'm a real budgeter, and I'd pretty much spent the money I'd budgeted to stay over there for the 6 months previously, and I just had to come back and make some money and prepare to do it all over again. Just stack some money and go with it, because I'm a very frugal person. I don't believe in possessions and stuff like that. I don't have to have the newest, nicest car. I don't care about brand name clothing. I've got some brand name clothing, but I found it for $5 here or there, you know what I mean, marked down somewhere. So it's like I don't care about any of that stuff. All I really care about is traveling and seeing new stuff, man. I want to travel the world, so I want to.
Yeah, Mr. Mitch is kind of agreeing with your viewpoint. Like, life is fragile. I've learned that more in the last 2 years than ever. Yeah, and I think with the current situation, we're learning that as well, right? So
yeah, lots of people are seeing that now.
Now, your long-term goal is to kind of get back to Thailand at some point and stay there, right? Is that?
Yeah, I want to live in Thailand. I want to buy a house and that be my home base. But my main goal, if I can make it work, and just making money remotely is the problem that I have with it. But like, I would just like to travel. I would just like to hit the road in, you know, Spain. I want to go to the Amazon. I want to go to the Congo. I want to go everywhere. I don't even know if I'm fit enough to do those things, because there was some stuff in Thailand that I thought was going to kill me with their stairs and stuff. But I've got that drive now that I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll stand on the side of a volcano. All my whole situation kind of made me lose a fear of death and make me gain a love of life. If that makes sense. Like it
does make sense. Yeah, it sounds like you really got perspective on everything going through that tough situation.
Yeah, I feel like I did. I'm focused, and I know what I want to do with my life, whether I can accomplish that or not. I know what I want to do. So.
Yeah, and I always come back to this. It's funny. Every guest I talk to, it seems like I uncover this area of their life where they have what I call the golden Buddha moment. And not to do a little plug on Richard Returns, but Part 8, Phuket, kind of talks about it at the end, going through a tough situation in your life where it gives you perspective. Maybe you go through this hard thing in life, and then you take a trip. You go to Thailand, you realize, like, man, so things can be better for me. Like, I don't need to retire in America and do what everyone tells me to do, which is you got to put down roots in America. You got to buy a house here, have the nicest car, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that stuff's not important in Thailand. What's important in Thailand is like a person has a good personality, they're honest, and material possessions really don't matter there. Yeah. So, and it's tough, Chris, because you find that because you want to eventually end up in Thailand, that maybe you have some friends or family that maybe don't agree with that viewpoint?
Absolutely. My brother hates the ideal, and I mean, he supports me, but he hates the ideal. And in ways, you know, I'm gonna miss my family and friends and stuff. I'll have to come back and forth. I'll have to. But I feel like there's a point in your life where you can't live to make other people happy. And like, if I did that, I'm not going to be happy. So like, in the end, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, no matter how close they are to me, because they either support me or they don't. Because I've got to be happy for me and let them be happy for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that killed me. It killed me for 6 months, missing my mom and my brother and my friends and stuff like that. But I still, like, a weekend after being back, I missed being over there. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. So I'll tell you, when I first started going to Thailand, like, my family thought I was nuts. I was going too often, just, you're crazy. You're just going over there to womanize, that kind of stuff. They had no idea. I think until I started doing these videos on YouTube that, hey, yeah, like, news alert, I do get out of Pattaya. Like, I go to Buriram, I go to Phuket, I go to other areas. Like, I actually have a decent day life. So what I found is, by showing my mother specifically videos on Thailand, that she's kind of like, she sees it for what it is. Like, she's actually interested now in retiring there herself.
Wow.
So I kind of felt like, wow, what a huge shift that I've gone from having people like, oh, that's so disgusting, you go to Thailand all those times, to now like, hey, actually that sounds about right. And it makes me go back to, Chris, like, when I first went to Thailand in 2015, I came back after 10 days. I remember talking to a buddy of mine in a conference room at work. I said, man, so like, coming back to America, there's got to be an easier way. Like, this is nuts. And he looked at me, he said, yeah, there's not, this is it. And I felt like saying, like, you're wrong. Like, there is a better way. So I think, to your point, you found it out. I love that you're looking to kind of retire there full time, make that your home base, kind of travel around America. How close do you think you are to getting that to be a reality?
I mean, I feel like I'm 45 to 50% there, but monetary wise, I'm about 25%. But I've got some plans and some ideals and some ways that a few of them I know are going to work out, which is why I say like 40 to 45%. Because me personally, I can live over there. I was living over there for $1,200 a month, so like, I'm not that far from it. It's just harder. Like, what I do, it's just not even doable over there. What I do to make money in America, or it might be, but I haven't figured out how to do it over there. Just because, like, I do stuff in products, and their products, like, they would rather buy the cheapest products you can find out on the street than actually buy anything that, you know, it could be better quality, but they don't want to buy it because they can get it for 15, 20 baht on the street. So why pay $3 for it when you can get it for that? So what I do here just I haven't figured out how to make it work over there yet. I really haven't.
Yeah, well, I think you'll figure it out, though. You're pretty resourceful. We talked a couple times about finding those additional streams of revenue to kind of come in. Tommy J's kind of agreeing with you. He said his whole family is upset with his plans to live in Thailand, but they are coming around slowly. Yeah, and I feel like that's sort of an uphill push. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Let's see, I'm just going to profile Daystate Fox's comment, because Daystate Fox is actually looking to spend 6 months in Jomtien, which is my personal favorite place, and then 6 months in Portugal during Thai low and rainy season. That's actually a solid plan if you could afford to do it.
That's nice.
And Daystate Fox posted a little video message on one of Nick Dean's live shows of him in the pool in Portugal. I was so jealous. It looks so beautiful, Chris. I was like, I'm in quarantine in San Francisco. Sirens are going by. It's hot as hell. No air conditioning. Like, take me away. God, nice. So what is your favorite place to stay? Like, do you want to get out of the city? Do you want to be more rural when you go there?
If I buy a house there, which that's my plan, because houses are relatively affordable over there, I would like to find and I've seen some, I don't know the names of the towns, but like a beach that's not a resort beach, and just get like a 3-bedroom house somewhere really close or right on the beach, and then I can travel from there to some of the more populated areas. Like, I don't want to be in a huge place that everybody comes to. I'm not a fan. I like Thai culture and I like being in it, and that would put me in it more so than Bangkok or Pattaya or anything like that. Even though I love those places, but I would rather visit Bangkok than live in Bangkok, because I lived in Bangkok for 6 months. It's not like you get an itching and you're like, I gotta get out of Bangkok for a few weeks. Like, I gotta go somewhere, and you just gotta go. It's just too much. It overloads you. Bangkok's amazing. I love it, but I'd like to be able to leave when I want to, like stay for a week in Bangkok and then bounce back out of there. It's just what it is for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm a big city guy, San Francisco, but I will tell you, for me, Bangkok, a little bit of sensory overload. Like I felt like 3 nights in Bangkok, I was good. All right, I'm good. I'm out of here. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
That was actually my first, but yeah, the traffic is the worst. And I had my first motorbike ride in Bangkok where I was like holding on to the guy as he's going 100 kilometers an hour through an intersection. I was terrified. That was my first trip on a motorbike.
And last.
Yeah. Now I've gotten pretty good. Now I can like actually, ride without holding on type of thing.
Right.
I understand kind of how to do it. But that was like terrifying for me at night, 100 kilometers an hour, just going cruise. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about, one thing we talked about last time was around your channel you had on Twitch. So this is not your first foray into, video media, right? So you had a Twitch channel for a while. Tell us about that.
The Twitch channel actually is the one that sent me to San Jose. I'm a gamer, not as big since I've started a YouTuber, but I was a pretty big gamer before. I'd quit for a while, but when I broke my back, I bought a PlayStation 4 after like a week in the house because I was miserable and I wasn't doing nothing. I couldn't go out. I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't interact with people except on the phone. I bought a PlayStation 4. It had a stream button on it, so I started streaming to Twitch. I started getting the audience, so I bought a streaming setup, which I've got an amazing live stream setup now. And I did it for 4 years, and through tips and donations, they sent me to something called TwitchCon. Is the reason that I went to California the first time, because I was pretty broke at the time. I broke my back. I wasn't working. You know what I mean? I had some compensation coming in, but it was like $750 a month or something. It wasn't enough. You know what I mean? I had to have help from family and friends to even make it through that 2 years. And I just built up an audience on it. I was topping out about 40 to 60 people. I think I got like 25,000 followers on there and stuff. So I was doing pretty well on Twitch, just streaming video games and stuff like that to people and interacting with people. And it gave me a basis for YouTube for later. So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to grow the channel? Is your long-term goal with your YouTube channel to make it monetized, make money off it, secondary revenue?
I mean, my main reason for doing it is just because I know just from Twitch, and I've been getting on YouTube in comments and messages now too. There's people that can't do this stuff. Like they can't go out and travel, like for disabilities or money reasons or whatever it is, they can't. And they say they really appreciate like me bringing that to them because they can't do it. And I had the same thing with Twitch because some of the things I did and stuff on Twitch, like other people couldn't do either. So it's my main reason is that I want to bring people on the trips with me. That's why I do it as close as I can to a first person's perspective when I film. So, I mean, of course, my main goal is to just keep doing that. And I think I will get monetized and make money off of it. Like, I think it'll be a percentage of my revenue in the future because I'm driven. Like the whole time I've been doing this, I think I'm 38 or 39 videos in. I try to make the next video better than the last video. And I've done that for 39 videos. And now I'm comfortable with people viewing my newer content. Like my newer content, I'm like, okay, that's good content. I can recognize that. That's good content. I finally got to that point, but I'm still not happy with what I'm showing. Because my whole time when I first started, I was like, I'm going to make this as close to a travel channel show as I can, but with a handheld camera. So like I'm not there, but
no, I love the first person idea though. I think it's a great idea to show a first person because then you really get engrossed in the video. Alpha Interactions, thank you for your €20. Wow, hey, man, huge. Money. That is awesome. I should have a sound effect for that, Chris, when it comes in. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Thank you. A little music.
I'll send you the cash register sound tonight. I've got it. I've got it on my computer already.
Perfect. I could use that. That's awesome. I'm always scared like my computer is going to blow up. I talked to you about this. I'm using like total low level Mac Air. Yeah. And I'm definitely pushing it to the limit. I should do a Mac Apple commercial once I get my new computer. Like I did all this on YouTube with the MacBook Air. Right. Yeah. Because
They put the affiliate link in the description too, because you know it's been a wonderful computer for me. So you guys should get one used on Amazon right now, $39.99.
So my little secret is, just so you know, like this is how janky my setup is. I have an ice pack that I have to actually have underneath my laptop just until I go live, and I take it out, put it in the freezer. And sometimes I got to bring it back out when it gets hot during these live shows.
The cooler.
So it's just nuts, man. It's just nuts. But yeah, let me just go to the chat here. A couple of minutes here. We got a little link to Beauty in the East. So please check out his channel because it's awesome. There's some really great videos there. I love the first person stuff. It's good.
Right there.
Julian K. Glasser. Hello. Your buddy, your good friend, Julian.
Hey, Julian.
You guys are friends, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I consider Julian a close personal friend in Thailand. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He was on the show a couple weeks ago. He's the one who kind of referred me over to you. Like, gotta have Chris on, man. He's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate him for that, too. Julian's put me on to several opportunities, and he's just a good guy, man. The first time I met him, I came back home to Ploy, and I told her that. I was like, she asked me how it was because he interviewed me, and I said, he's a really good guy. I'll hang out with him again. Like, he's a really solid person.
Yeah. I mean, do you like doing interviews? Or are you uncomfortable doing? Some people don't like it. They don't like the pressure.
I love doing interviews. I want to do interviews with more people. Like I had a guy over there that I met that was out of his mind, but he's a really cool guy. And he carried around books and he let people sign them and brought like little personal quotes in the books and stuff. Older gentleman, probably in his early 60s. And I went to interview him, but I couldn't get a hold of him. And I can't remember his name. It was like Joseph, the one and only son of God. That's what he introduced himself to everybody to. And I wanted to interview him, and I never got a chance to. And I also wanted to interview like a lady of the night, so to say, and try to get like the introspective. I knew I was probably going to have to pay for that one, though. I would probably have to be like, look, do you want to do it? And they'd say no. And I'd be like, how much would you do it? Would you do it?
Yeah,
like an honest interview with me for?
Yeah.
But I never got around to that either because I was running low on money when I left. So I was like, do I really want to go pay some girl 1,000 or 2,000 baht just to get an interview out of her? So, you know.
I mean, what you got to do, man, is just get the stories. I was thinking the same thing, but I think what I'd love to do is like have stories from the bar. I'm thinking about maybe doing a series like that, like stories from the bar. That would be cool. Because I'll tell you what, man, Chris, I don't know if you found this to be true. The best stories come from like the 40-plus-year-olds that are working in the bars. Oh, man, they have the best stories. I met one girl. She has like 4 or 5 husbands. She's gone through 4 or 5 sinsots. Her family loves her because cha-ching. So
she's bringing in money.
She showed me pictures of all the houses they built in Isan. Like they have an empire.
They got a community, their own community, just from dumb American men.
And she has like all the visits of all her Thai husbands coming out, you know, when they're going to come out so they don't overlap. If they do overlap, then she has to create a fictitious story like Sick Buffalo back in Isan. Got to go back, help the family.
Wow.
It's so
Smoke
great.
Screen out.
Yeah. So there are people like that out there. I mean, good for her, right? She's doing what she's doing.
I mean, hustler's a hustler. I always respect a hustler every time. Every time.
Daystay Fox says his stories would get you demonetized, so I'll keep quiet. I'd probably get like the yellow or red dollar sign on the after the stream.
It's okay. You don't gotta make money off every video.
So Alpha Interaction's saying those bar girls are super wise. And so Alpha, one of the things I want to talk to him about when we have him back, Chris, is around, he has some strategies around playing the bar girls. Like, you know, they try to play us, the Farong, but he has some great strategies on how to play them back.
I'm sure you can, because like I don't really deal with the bar girls over there, but I've dealt with like dating in Thailand, and you can get played right there the same way. And I'm the same way. Like I kind of flip it on them when they start trying to play me and see what I can get out of them.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I try to flip the table on them. Hey, you know, you like me? Why don't you buy me dinner tonight? Or so, you know what I mean? Like try to flip it on because they think they're gonna get something out of you. So hey, why not give me something if I can? In her pursuit.
So what's the flight look like for you going out to Thailand? Do you have to fly Kentucky? Do you fly straight to San Francisco or LA? Or do you gotta go?
It varies because I've been out there 3 times and I've went somewhere different every time, but it's always to Atlanta, Chicago, or Dallas, Fort Worth. And then it goes to either Japan or South Korea and then Bangkok.
Wow. So really, so they have a flight that goes from Atlanta or Chicago all the way to somewhere in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I had no idea. That's long. A long flight. Yeah.
It's long.
Yeah, because my flight from San Francisco to Taipei or the Philippines is like 15 hours. So that must be like 18 hours.
Yeah, well, it's about 19 hours and maybe sometimes 19 and a half hours flight time. And then, you know, you add in the airports, it's 26, 28 hours total. So it's rough. It's a rough flight. I've even thought about and considered like overlaying in South Korea or Japan the next time, because it's a hard flight. I know it's just another 6.5 hours or 6 hours to Thailand, but it's just the continuous one shot over there, man. It's rough. It's rough on your body, your mind. It takes a few days to recuperate out of it and everything, especially for me. You know what I mean? Like I got some issues anyway, so
yeah. I mean, it's funny because I think like the first couple years it was fine. I actually got used to the flight. What killed me was I was taking Philippine Airlines because they were one of the cheaper airlines to take at the time, and they had a 5-hour layover in Manila Airport. And anyone that's been to Manila, there's not a whole lot there, especially in the terminal that Philippine Airlines comes into. They got like one hot dog stand. Oh, and I learned from my first trip that you have to have Philippine pesos. They don't take US dollars. So that's the first thing I did when I came back to America. I got like, 1,000 pesos in small denominations. And now I go to that hot dog stand. But that's what got me was the layover. Like I felt like if it was like off one plane onto the next one and then there in Thailand, it would be great. But the 5-hour layover was just brutal. It just makes it a longer process. And then I kind of lucked into it, Chris. I found China Airlines that went SFO to Taipei and then like a 1-hour layover and then Taipei to Bangkok. It was so great because you get off one plane, go through the transfer and get right onto the next one. And that worked for me. I love that. And I think I've only gone back to Philippine Airlines once or twice to use my miles. I'm like, I just don't like Manila. I've been going there.
Have you ever flew on Korean Air?
No.
Best airline and best airline in the world, man. Like they make sure you're so comfortable. The girls are like walking on the aisle with wine bottles the whole trip. It's just like they're always, I mean, like best service I've ever had on an airplane. And every time I get on, it's the same way, man. They're just on top of you. Like you need some juice, you need some water, you want some wine, and they'll feed you it the whole flight. Like it's great. South Korean Air is the best airline in the world.
That's great. I gotta check that out. I want to say hello to Cheap Charlie Chronicles, man. Thank you for joining the live stream. It's great to see you in here. He says, I just showed them my Cheap Charlie lifestyle, $120 room per month and $1 dinners and the chicken and rice stand. That's great. Cheap Charlie, man, he's the king of like figuring out a way to stay at the cheapest.
That's somebody I've heard of in your chat right there. I've watched some of Cheap Charlie's videos. Great stuff.
Yeah, he's great. He's in Mexico right now, traveling all around. And yeah, I'm definitely aspiring to kind of coordinate schedules to get him on the channel as well. So Cheap Charlie's saying hello to all. He's got a great channel. He's been doing it for years, man.
Oh yeah.
I've been following him back when he was walking the streets of Vietnam. Yeah, for sure.
Right there.
Yeah, it is, because I feel like, man, so that's what I like about your videos, Chris, is there's a lot of videos that walk around Thailand. Some of them have like music in the background, and that's great. But I just felt like watching, like, you know what people want to see. The small soys, oh man, that was great. I love seeing that stuff. Everyone else will take you down like Bangkok, Nana Plaza, Soy Cowboy, Walking Street in Pattaya, but you're showing us like the real Thai life. Yeah. And the small soy is awesome.
That comes back to not being about the girls. Like a lot of the people that do YouTube channels, they're about going out and having fun and partying and stuff like that. Me, I'm just about, I just want to see the lifestyle. I love seeing a different lifestyle and a different culture and getting as close as I can to it. I enjoy seeing those things. And I've done some of the popular videos too, but those are just because, like, in all honesty, if it wasn't for views, I probably wouldn't have done those. Some of them, like the Sky Bar stuff, I would have. That was amazing. But some of the more popular ones, like when I did, what's the walking street in Bangkok? Forgot the name of it. Khaosan Road. Like I like Khaosan Road, but I wouldn't have recorded that just because I wanted it on video. I recorded that for YouTube. You know what I mean? But then I was there. But I would have just done it without a camera if it hadn't have been for having a YouTube channel, because I don't feel like it's that interesting, but it was my most popular video at the same time. So
yeah, it's funny. I was listening to an interview of CB Media on Johnny There Is Something Happening, his channel, and he was saying like he knew the channel was going to take off because all he needed was one viral video. Yeah. And I feel like that's what we're all looking for, right? Yeah. And a funny story, one of my videos I made, that's like my worst performing video. It compares Bangkok to Pattaya, or not. It compares Las Vegas to Pattaya. So I thought for sure, like, this is going to be viral. Las Vegas against Thailand, like everyone's going to watch it. Nope, no one cared.
No, no.
Anything
Anything in creative cultures like that, you'll create something, and you'll pour your heart and soul into it, and nobody will give it the time of day. But then you just throw something off the top of your head in 10 or 15 minutes, and everybody loves it. And you're just like, well, I shouldn't even. What about working for?
Yeah, it's nuts. And like I'm sure Julian's let you know about all the different tagging and sharing and mentioning people in the video description. Just in the couple of minutes that we spent together, I learned a lot around, the tagging, sharing on the community page, that kind of stuff. And then Alfred Action's kind of calling out Cheap Charlie Chronicles for laying the path for all of us smaller vloggers. I think that's true. And I feel like he's cool, man. He's cool people. Like I'll go on his live stream. I'll say, hey, he'll say, hey, what's up, Richard? It's cool, man. It's a community, right? We're all trying to figure it out. So yeah.
And there's enough out there for all of us. There's not a reason to be competing. Like the YouTube has, I don't know, it's something stupid, 500 million different visitors a month or something stupid. And if there's that many people out there, you can reach people, and I can reach people, and we can all work together to reach different people. Like it's just finding those people. Like I feel like if you're a YouTuber and you're making content as good as you possibly can, you feel like it's worth watching, all you have to do is sit back and wait till you find those viewers, or you can make moves to find those viewers. But it's just about the content. That's all it is. And Cheap Charlie makes great content, so of course people found him.
Yeah, I mean, he's the king of like doing these epic live streams.
He really is.
I'll oftentimes like so that's my big Achilles heel with my channel, is doing mobile live streams. It's tough, man. For me, my bad eyes, it's hard to read the chat messages.
Yeah.
He's just such a professional with it. So he's saying he just subbed to your channel. So you got a new sub there, Cheap Charlie Chronicles.
I'm humbled by that. That's the biggest sub I've ever had. Right there.
And you're welcome, man. It's all because of the dream coming alive on the live show. Another Saturday live show miracle.
Mama, I've made it. I've made it, Mama.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Mr. Mitch says in the door 24 door entertainment. Oh yeah, 24 hours. That makes sense. And that's pretty normal, like for people going from America, about 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then Bangkok 112. I know he's like also a huge live streamer. He's got some cool stuff on like hotels to stay at. But to your point earlier, Chris, like it's more nightlife stuff. And I got to tell you, like once you've been there for amount of time, I've been there a ton. The daytime stuff interests me more.
Me too.
Getting out.
I've done the nightlife stuff. I enjoyed it. I haven't got any on my channel because I did it before I started my channel, but I've done the nightlife stuff. It's fun. It's a great time. It's a headache the next morning, and a lot of that you can't really bring people without demonetizing your channel too, because music's everywhere when you do that. But yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Tough.
Yeah, and it's so funny because talk about uncomfortable. Like I've gone to bars before to begin my night where I say, I will not start drinking beer until 11 o'clock. And so you order a water. Oh man, you get shamed into ordering a beer. Like they look at you like you are nuts. Just, numpao, just water, bottle of water. They're like, what? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Are you healthy? Are you dying?
Are you dying?
So, and then I think this, and then like if you order Coke, like that's sometimes like, are you okay? But sometimes I'll try like not the San Miguel, it's the Schweppes Banal, that lemon lime Schweppes. That's a good one to start off the day. But they want you drinking, man, because they know
they want you drinking.
Stay longer. Have you been a victim of that trick the Mama-san does, where you're thinking I'm gonna cash out and go somewhere else? The Mama-san comes in, oh, I buy you the next drink on me, and then you realize, oh, I can't turn down a free drink, so you stay.
I must buy too many myself, man, because I've never had that offer. Let the hell buy me a drink. I need to buy less. I need to start with water to get a free beer.
I'll tell you, the Mama-sans are so on to me because I think they kind of sense, like maybe my body language changes. I'm getting ready to leave. And they always come in with like a free beer. And I hate it because I can't say no. I don't want to be rude. But they definitely want you to stick there.
Some of the places I go to now, while I'm over there in Bangkok, are smaller bars, and I don't think they do stuff like that. Like they already have like buy two, get one freeze and stuff like that. And they're smaller places. Like I don't go to the larger places, but they have Mama-sans there too. But still, I just don't go to large. That's maybe why I haven't been offered. But usually, if I go out to a bar, I drink quite a few. That could be the reason too.
Yeah, maybe Day Fox saying nightlife gets dull very quickly, especially been many times. And that's the thing. You start looking for other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Jay East, hey, good morning. Thank you, man. Thanks for making it. You just made it. Alpha Interaction says he was a guest on the CCC live stream. I actually saw that. That was a time when Charlie had like 5 or 6 people on. Right. It was like a summit of subscribers. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And I felt like Cheap Charlie wasn't really having his say. Everyone else was kind of talking and stuff. It was pretty crazy. Yeah. But you know, teach their own. So when do you think
streams? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when do you think you're getting back? What's a realistic time frame you're targeting?
It just depends on how things work out. I'm in some talks and got some meetings on like how to make some money remotely, and if it works out perfectly by like January or February, I'll already have my 1,200 in revenue a month that I need to, you know, scrape by over there. And if that works out, but you know, that's always being optimistic, something always goes wrong. So I want to be back with at least in 5 to top 6 months to spend like another month or 2 over there, and then come back home for a little while and work and grind, because I can make money here. I think in America, if you can't make money, you're not trying hard enough. I can make money here even during the coronavirus, but over there, I just like the last 6 months I made maybe $300-$400 the whole 6 months. So I couldn't do anything from Thailand. So but the max 5 or 6 months, and do another 2 months of just nothing but filming. I would like to get my channel monetized by then, because if I'm monetized and can get it traveling constantly, I'll put out a couple of videos, like at least one every other day, or at least one every 3 days, because I'll ramp up the production, because I could do that now, but I'm sitting on like 22, 23 videos, you know, like I'm just sitting on waiting to edit them down and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I would say as you get closer, you can actually do it now too. I would say get with Julian, because he's got some tips on this as well. But what you want to do, first of all, Julian's saying he likes your videos very much, and you do make great videos. But you can front load your Google AdSense account. There are some things you can do to where when you hit that 1,000 subscribers, it flips right away, and the next day you're monetized, earning money. Versus it could take as long as like 4 to 6 weeks to start, you know, to get your monetization approved. So you can do some things in Google AdSense, like start setting up your account, that kind of stuff. Just so you know. Yeah,
I've got Google AdSense already set up for using it for advertisements. So I don't know if that translates over.
Yeah, same thing.
Translates over. I've got a lot of that set up then already.
Yeah, it's already one checkbox done for you. Then that's great.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitch is funny. He's saying, according to Google, a person could walk from Pattaya to Bangkok in 28 hours. Wow.
Google's wrong.
I feel like it's got to be longer than that. No way can it be just like one day.
Fake news. I couldn't walk in 28 hours. It would take me 6.5 weeks.
Yeah, I got to tell you. So minimum. I've tried using the Google like time estimate for walking. I'm a slow walker. Like I don't walk that fast. Like Google's pretty aggressive with their walking paces. So like I'm much slower than that. So
faster, I think it would be Richard, faster.
Yeah, I'm definitely a slow walker around this. I'm just like enjoying life, man. I'm on Thai time.
Yeah. Thai people time.
Little Elephant saying, when Mama-san gives you a drink, you're supposed to feel obligated to buy one for them in return. Yeah, and I always see, I make the mistake, I front load that. I come in, hey, Mama-san, buy you a drink. And I feel like I'm not really getting much for free because I'm buying everyone else drinks. So yeah, that's funny. Cool, man.
I want to, speaking of live streams, it's something I thought about doing the last time I was there. I want to do live streams the last 6 months, but I just didn't want to switch my phone over because I have a phone plan here in the United States, and I just didn't. I would have had to pay that off and then switched over to Thai and then switched back when I came back. So I don't know. Maybe I buy another phone while I'm over here and try to do it next time, because there's a lot of opportunities I had where I wasn't recording it. I could have done live streams. It's, you know, just markets and stuff that I don't feel like was that interesting, but I could use it as a time just to interact with viewers and still show them something that they don't get to see. But that's something I'm interested in as well, as doing that. Not all live streams, but at least a live stream here and there while I'm over there, and giving people that too, because I'd almost bring people into almost all aspects of my travel, almost all aspects. You know, you can't come in the bedroom with me or anything like that. My boxers get dirty sometimes. And I don't, there's certain things I just don't want to put on camera. You know, I've got family still. When they die off, maybe we'll see. I might start OnlyFans or anything then, but I would love to do some live.
Yeah, live streams are cool, man. I definitely feel like you would know where to go to. You would take the people places that other live streams don't go, like those small soys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just cool. I feel like, man, the first time I went down Soy Diamond in Pattaya, a small soy there, I felt like, wow, this is like so unlike anything in America.
Yeah.
Like, it's just little things like that.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it also feels like, yeah, the hut restaurants.
When you're out in the countrysides and it's just then like it's almost a hut, and then it'll be some of the best food you've ever ate. So it's amazing stuff like that. It's just so different. Yeah,
it's definitely pretty cool. Cool, man. Well, we're kind of coming to the end of our time, Chris. You've been a gentleman today. I really appreciate our interview. We got to have you back, man.
A gentleman and a scholar. Remember that. A C in marketing. If you get a C in marketing, you can do anything you want to with your life. Great. Yeah. Did it go well today? Did you enjoy your time? Oh, I loved it, man. I had a great time, man. The hour flew by. I thought it'd been like 10 minutes. That's a good sign. So you enjoyed yourself then. Absolutely. If people say like, this is the longest interview ever, Richard, my God, I feel like 2 days. What are you doing? Why are you still talking to this guy? We don't even like him. Yeah, Richard. People enjoyed you, so you probably got some new subs there, man. So just like keep doing what you're doing. The more people I can trick into my channel, you watch one, you're gonna watch the whole series. We're staging it just like a travel show. There's gonna be a season 2, even though it's not gonna say season 2. You'll realize the switch. You'll see that this is season 2. I understand now. Yeah, like, and I would just say not to bait people into your videos, but you and I talked privately that with the Ploy series that you're doing now, there will be a big announcement coming at some point in the video. So I would say, guys, you want to subscribe because I'm sworn to secrecy. Chris has said, like, don't say anything. So you got to watch the series coming soon. There's going to be a big announcement. You got to keep people on the edge, man. You got to surprise them, throw them off balance, like you know, do something that they won't even see coming, things like that, man. To keep it going. Keep it going. This video series is gonna go on forever. Like I know that you're not gonna lose me. I might lose them, but they're not gonna lose me. I'm here to stay. And you're so funny because I was so jealous when we talked last time because you're telling me like, Richard, when I knew I was coming back to America, like I was nonstop out there filming B-roll, I was killing it. I was getting everything. I have enough footage. Like I said, I probably got 22 videos, but that's not from compiled footage because I got like the taxis, the tuk-tuks, the buses. I can make series saying, here's how you traveling in Thailand. Here's the money. I can do informational videos for probably a year, but like just episodes that relate to my channel and what I've already been doing, which I won't make those videos too, because I love voiceover and content, but I've got 22 that just episodes. And then I probably got another 20 or 30 that I can do that's informational. Here's what you do when you come to Thailand. So great, man. I'm so jealous. You have all this content. I'm out of content. I should have filmed more when I was there. I've got 700 or 800 gigabytes of just video. Just video. It's so funny because my last part I did, Tommy J, he called me out. He's like, Richard, papaya salad contest. Are you getting low on footage? I'm like, I'm out. That's all I got, man. You guys are gonna have to sit through a papaya salad making contest. Can I ask you in the chat a question? Like, you guys have been in it longer than me. Do you think after doing like so much of the footage, if people like that are bigger fans of the thing or something like that would like to see things where it's like full, you know what I mean? Like where you put all the footage in there, but just cut out maybe the stuff where you're not pointing at anything or anything like that, but just have like solid footage, like the whole thing for people that want to see it later. Like walking around, that kind of stuff. Like where I've cut out the episode, like maybe it's 6 hours of footage and I make a 12-minute video. Like instead give them the whole, you know, make the small cuts and it's probably 4 hours of video, but it's still from the same thing. I mean, I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't know if anybody would even want to watch it. And I wouldn't want people to think that was my true content either. That's why I'm kind of scared to put it up like that, because I don't want people to that be the first video they see and be like, why is this so boring? And then I've got these 10-minute videos that just 10 minutes of excitement. So yeah, it's a good question. We'll see what the chat says. All right. You hang around, we'll see what the chat says. But yeah, Chris, thanks for your time today, man. I appreciate it, man. Good time today. Good luck on the channel. Keep in touch. Everyone go subscribe. I've enjoyed all three of our conversations. You're one of those people that I like talking to so much that I would just talk to you on the phone. Like it's like I can already see you're a conversationalist, and I feel like I am too. Like I can sit and talk to people for hours. And I like people like that. That's like the people that I keep around, is the people that I can have deeper, interesting conversations, and we can just go for hours without you know what I mean, just go through a million topics and do it all.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
feel
I
like
think
you
we're
wanted
definitely going to hit
people.
it off when we get to meet in Thailand. Hopefully that'll be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See you
Absolutely.
in
That's coming
Thailand.
in the future. Maybe that's a live stream. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Oh, that'd be great. A little collaboration.
Yeah. Who knows? Who
I
knows
love
how
it.
to go down?
All right, Chris, enjoy the rest of your day, man. Say hello to Ploy for all of us.
I absolutely will. I'll tell her you guys are thinking about her.
All right. Thanks, bud. See
Thank
you later.
you.
Great guest. It's always nice when we have interesting guests. You know, it's funny. I get asked a lot the question, you know, who do I choose? How do I choose who to have on the show? What I don't do is just go after people that have a lot of subs or people that are going to bring me views. I want to really have interesting channels, videos that I watch. I've told you guys in the past that one of the things I love doing for each live show is researching the guests, watching all their videos. I don't want to come on to a live show to talk to a guest if I haven't watched a majority of their videos. That's important for me to really be, you know, a big fan of the channel so I can speak to them about specific videos, that kind of stuff. So I brought Chris on from Beauty in the East because his channel is solid. I love his content and he's going great places. So I'll probably be one of the guys that say, I brought him in at the sub count he's at now, and now he's at 1 million subs because he's definitely making some videos that are fun, entertaining, and informational. So definitely appreciate those. Let me go to the chat here, see if everyone liked that. They State Fox saying the algorithm will promote your vlogs more if you have good viewer retention rates, as really long vlog may hurt you more than help. So that's a really good comment because when I first started making videos, they were anywhere from 7 to 9 minutes. Just because I was concerned about that. I had a new channel. I was concerned that people would see, you know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes and say like, no, I may lose interest. And you don't want to lose, you know, viewers because that hurts the algorithm, like you're saying, Day State. But what I found is you have to create videos that really keep the viewer there. So I've sort of adjusted my video style over the months, and now I feel like I can have a little bit longer duration videos and still make it entertaining. But I think what he's talking about is like a 4-hour video. You would have a lot of people timing out before you probably get credit for a view. So I don't know how YouTube is now managing that, but so Mr. Mitch saying, take care of Bad Badger. And I saw a couple comments coming in about Bad Badger's channel. So he's currently at 964 subscribers. We want to get him to 1,000 so he can monetize. He makes some great videos in the south of Thailand. So I would say definitely please retire or please subscribe to his channel. You can tell I have retirement on the mind. Excuse me. So you should have James Abroad, very interesting guy. So I will make a note of that. Appreciate that. We'll check that channel out as well. And I definitely put in the comments in the comment area after the video posts who you would like me to kind of go after. If you have any, you know, if you have any communication with them, if you can kind of introduce us together, that'd be great. Makes it a little bit easier. Let's see. Good morning says, I like watching at Restart Travel. It puts me right to sleep. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm happy to help in any way. As long as the video keeps rolling, I get credit for the view. I'm okay with you falling asleep. No problem. Fraser Hachai in the house. Just lost his thing. So yep, James Abroad is great. And welcome to the live stream, Fraser. So we've interviewed Fraser actually a couple times. One time in the Soy Cowboy area in a small little beer bar, and then also we had him on the show one-on-one interview. He's a great guy in Hachai, Thailand. And I'm probably butchering that, Fraser. You can make fun of me in the chat. I think you told me how to pronounce that. I'm probably not saying it right. So Beauty in the East says, thanks for watching and hanging out, guys. Appreciate you all. Yeah, he's a great guy. Go and subscribe to that channel. Some great videos. I'm telling you, you'll find that if you just click on one video, it's just, you keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. It's so easy to just keep watching all the videos because he does a great job with the filming in first person. So you really feel like you're being immersed in the Thai culture as he's walking around. And I just love that. I love videos like that. Little Elephant says, unless it's extremely interesting content, I begin to lose interest if the video is longer than about 15 minutes. So hate to break it to you, Kevin Chang Noi, but my Phuket video was 20 minutes. So I guess you might have lost interest around the 15-minute mark. So that's a shame for me. Let me just go up here. And so please retire, trying. Okay. I messaged James. Oh, hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Bad Badger retired in Thailand. We got to have you back, too. I know that you're on Triple T's live stream. about a week ago. So would love to kind of talk to you about coming back on the live show at a time that's good for you. Hopefully we can kind of iron out all the technical issues we had last time, get your wife involved, and yeah, we'll definitely look at some dates for that. Frazier says, I can link you up with James Abroad if you want to bring him on. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Frazier. I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely take you up on that. I'm not very familiar with this channel, just to be totally transparent. So I'll definitely check that out today and get a feel for it. But yeah, I'd appreciate the intro, man. You have my email, so feel free to kind of make that happen. And then Alpha Interaction saying, Land of Smiles, Richard, great storytelling channel. Yeah, he has some great videos. And the funny story I have about Simon, and Simon's a friend of mine, man. I've met him in person in Pattaya in a bar. We exchange emails, messages. And one of the stories I wanted to tell if I ever had him on the live show, a funny one is he does do the stories of like bar girl stories that he has from back in the day. And he releases, it's one part at a time. So I was following each part. I think it was releasing a new part once a week. And I think I came home from work that Thursday thinking, all right, great, I got another part to listen to. They're generally like 20-minute long videos. So I was excited to kind of, de-stress and listen to the story. Well, guess what, guys? He had just added a members only section to his YouTube channel. And that next video was going to be a week or two delayed. It was only available for members. Oh, I was so mad because I was looking forward to it. I emailed Simon. I'm so embarrassed I did this. I emailed Simon like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I was looking forward to this next part. I can't be a member to everyone's channel. I really flamed him. And he was so nice. He came back, Richard, the video will be available in the next week. If you'd like to have it sooner, just please be a member on the channel. He's such a gentleman after I come out him pretty strong. So I love his channel. He's got some great stories. And that's kind of like my funny story about the video. I was so excited to come back to watch the next part, and it was not available. So Bad Badger Retired in Thailand says, yes, Frazier, great videos. He does have some great videos. Yeah, I would say he has some great videos around Kava. So Kava's big in that area, and he does a great job about, excuse me, got a little frog in my throat there. Tom Bernard says, James has been there a long time, living in Tak, Northwest Thailand. Fantastic home and just an honest chap, no BS. Oh, interesting. I appreciate that feedback, guys. That's great. I'll have to definitely check him out. And then Go More Hike is saying, Rolo Tomasi would make a great guest. He might be famous for this club. Okay, well, I'll check him out then as well too. I appreciate that. Great. So as much as I want to go 2 hours, I actually have it in me. I have them all caffeinated up. I could go 2 hours. What I can't do is my computer can't do 2 hours. My computer tends to get a little warm once we get past the 1 hour mark. And I have learned from my past mistakes that once I go over about an hour, it's no good. I start buffering this kind of stuff. So I did want to kind of leave you here and say, we have another live show coming up next Saturday. I may try to do a midweek live show as well. But again, I wanted to thank Chris for coming on the live show today. Such a fantastic interview, man. Really enjoyed our time together. Make sure you go subscribe to Beauty and the East, and that would be great. And I will leave you with a little outro, thanking all of my guests.
Welcome to Soy Cowboy. I just come into a bar. It's called the Oasis. It's I'm Soy Cowboy. It's
the heck is this?
got it all going on here.
Can you hear me okay?
I got you 5 by 5.
5 by 5.
Hi Richard, how's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah, for me, this was kind of a last minute thing, so I won't even tell you if I'm wearing pants.
Your Thai language.
Wash your hands and do your push-ups, old man.
Literally walk out Suvarnabhumi Airport to get your taxi, and it's bang! And that's the first time you get the Thailand smell as well, and it's like, yeah, this is it. Here I am. I'm here.